I will be aggressive like I always am.
I want to race against the best athletes I can find.
It's just the pressure's going to be colossal for me. My goal is to win.
It's about getting to race the best of the best and continuing to test myself.
Well, having the opportunity to meet the best athletes in this sport is great. To me, it's like a dream.
I mean, the whole idea about Elite 15 is every sport works basically a little bit in the same way. So it goes, you have the elite level and then it actually goes down to more amateur levels. I mean, whether it's football or, let's say, HYROX. So people want to look up to their idols and they want to see what these guys are doing.
And looking at the Elite 15 season, we do have 4 majors. Chicago was the first one, Stockholm is the second one now, and then we have 2 more majors coming up on the 10th of February in Vienna and the 2nd of March in Washington. And after that, we have quite a few athletes already qualified for the Elite 15 race at the World Championships. But in order to fill up the entire field, we will have 2 more so-called last chance qualifier. And the last chance qualifier is exactly what the name says. It's the last chance to qualify. 2 times though. If you're a professional athlete in whatever sport you do, you want to challenge the best. You want to race against the best. You want to play against the best. And that's what they can do here. And I think that's exciting. And I think that's the main motivation also for these athletes to show up and compete. And that's exactly how it's supposed to be. And our job is to deliver the platform where they can shine. I really like the system. It gets a lot of criticism left and right, but I think looking at it from a meta perspective and thinking about all the little tweaks that are necessary in order to have a globally fair setup, I think we kind of nailed it for now, and I'm really happy to see that the best of the best qualify.
I was actually very grateful for the new system just because I was able to get an auto qualifier for at least the first major based on my performances last season. And with being in the US, there were no opportunities to race before the first major. That was really a big relief for me that I was able to just get right in, and it obviously went very well for me. So I'm very happy about that. I think it's really exciting seeing a lot of new names, and I think that's great. I mean, the better the field, the better we all are overall, and it just keeps pushing the level of competition, so it certainly keeps pushing me.
I'm Pelayo Menendez Fernandez. I am from Spain. I qualified unexpectedly. I qualified for the rest of the majors in the first one in Chicago, and I will take the opportunity. I think this sort of opportunities only comes once, or you have to take it. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing next year, so I will race all the majors. In Chicago, in the Elite 15, I was a roll downer, so I received the notice that I was qualified on Wednesday, which is 3 days before the race. And I was personally very happy because I had put some effort to go to Madrid a couple of months before and trying to qualify there. I didn't get the time I wanted, but it was still enough to keep to stay in the top 30 in the global ranking. And because I live in Chicago and there were some people who didn't want to go, I took the final spot. I was able to enter last minute, and I took my opportunity, and I think I made the most out of it. People don't know me or didn't know me. I like this role, honestly. I like more this role than being in the in the top and being known, but I accept it. So when I raced in Madrid in September, even though in my country they didn't know me, and they were commentating the race and they didn't know my name, so I was in the almost in the lead of the race and they didn't know who I was. In Chicago, probably happened the same. I personally don't care. I enjoy what I'm doing. I think that it was a huge opportunity to me to race or face to face with the best of the world. I like the environment. I like the vibes of the Elite 15. Overall, we get on very well. So super happy to be here with these guys that I felt like they were heroes.
Getting better and better, and it will continue that way. There'll be some hidden gems that don't know they're good at HYROX out there that, you know, only need maybe 4 or 5 months of specific training, and they'll come in and probably get a sub 60, which, you know, and then they'll see that they're good at it and then they'll build on it. So yeah, the athletes are getting better, but it's pushing the standards up and the times are getting quicker, and it's great for the sport, definitely, to see new faces all the time. It's good.
I used to watch Sandy and all the other guys on YouTube and look up to them. So to be here and actually be racing against them, it's like a big deal for me. I was in that same kind of view, like looking at these guys going, they're the top dogs, they're the top guys in the sport. So I was like, I want to be there. So like, in that sense, it shows people that anybody can go train hard, like dedicate their life to this, and then get there.
I've really liked the fact that there's more majors. Obviously last year there was the European champs and the North American champs and then the world champs. So it's nice that there's more big elite races. Before I did an elite race, I love watching the likes of Meg Jacobi, Lauren Weeks, like all of the top girls on the floor together competing. It's just, I would tune in and watch it all the time. So the fact there's more races is phenomenal, and it kind of blows my mind a little bit that I'm starting on the line with some of these girls as well. It's a little bit crazy, but I think it's really, really cool.
I think obviously the 4 majors has given the sport a lot more exposure as well, and I think it's great that actually you're starting to see kind of some newer athletes come through that are getting in the Elite 15, and actually, you know, the likes of kind of myself and Kate actually now have the opportunity to stand on the start line with some of the best people in the world. So it's awesome, and I think the more probably the majors there are kind of throughout the year, like the continuation of the sport's just going to grow, which is, you know, brilliant for everyone.
Since we're both qualified, I'm really excited to see how the rest of the race plays out, to see who steps up and claims their spot. Michaela will be here as well, and this is her home turf, so I'm sure she's raring to go. So it'll be good to see her back in action. I haven't raced her since well, we raced together in March in Stockholm, women's doubles, and that's the last time I've gotten to see her compete with her.
Enticing to want to push hard in that back end, knowing like she's going to be giving it her all. So I'm excited that she's back.
From Sweden, give it up for Michaela.
my previous year here in 2023 haven't really been as I had planned since I got very sick in heart muscle inflammation. So I was totally off and on hospital for over 3 months. And it has been a long way coming back, and of course physically, but also very mentally, trusting my body, trusting my heart. And yeah, so everything, like life pretty much changed from one day to another when I got a diagnosis. And I think I've grown as a person a lot. I've known before that I'm pretty strong mentally when I do my sport, but when I got sick, this was like a new kind of being strong mentally. And I came into deep depression, and yeah, it was a very big change, like mentally, in a way you can't really, I don't really have words for it actually. And I think that it was like turning me upside down. And I've learned so much about myself, my body, and like just starting from the scratch, since I've been a high professional athlete for over 10 years now. So this was like really starting from zero. So when my doctor told me that I was good to go, I asked him a million questions in return. And like, I tried to ask if he really meant that I was healthy, if he really meant that I was healthy, and if he really meant that I could compete, and if he really meant that. And he was like, yes. So you mean that yes. So that was more or less like, I couldn't really, it was like someone just told me that in my dreams, and I couldn't really trust him. And then I just started crying and called everyone I know. The big goal is, of course, to win the Worlds. And I always want to be the one that want to break a new world record. I always want to be the one winning all the Myers. That's just, I'm a competitor.
Beautiful people, welcome from Stockholm, the second major of the year. It's going to be an absolute highlight. We're going to see so many surprise performances, new faces out there trying their luck.
I think you kind of get into, as soon as you cross that start line, you have to go into race mode. You know, we can do all the fangirling that we like kind of in the lead up, and gosh, don't get me wrong, all of the girls have been so welcoming, because this is obviously our second major in a very short space of time. So yeah, we almost feel like we have earned our place there, and you know, we're getting more comfortable. But yeah, I suppose as soon as that race starts, you do no more fangirling. You just have to concentrate kind of on your own performance and staying in your own lane.
It was pretty cool being the first woman to break 60 minutes. I still have the world record at this time, so obviously that's always on the table, something I'm always going to be aiming for.
10 seconds to go, everybody. Get comfortable in your chairs, grab the popcorn. It is showtime. Here, second HYROX major of the season in Stockholm. It's a go! When you're shoulder to shoulder, you go that extra bit and push a little bit harder. In a lead field like this at one race, pushing each other, we're gonna see those world records drop further down.
58.58 is the world record, so we need to see a 58.57.
58.58, 90 wall balls down. We are counting down, everybody. You can count live on the screens here. This is Megan Jacobi live at the second major of the season here in Stockholm. This could be a new world record. And here she comes, run. Megan Jacobi winning the race with a new world record. What a mind-blowing start into the major here in Stockholm.
Wow, wow, that was incredible.
World record.
World record.
Woo!
Got it by 5 seconds. It was my record, so I clearly knew what the time was. And I was checking and I knew it was going to be very, very close. It was an amazing field. This race was much closer and much faster than the Chicago times. So really, really impressive to see some of my, sorry, I'm getting out of breath. Really impressive to see some of my competitors and the times that they threw down today. I'm really confident that the women's field can get down in that 57 range. So hey boys, we're coming for you.
I have to say, Megan Jacoby, it's just awesome, and I'm looking to her and I think what an awesome woman, or Lauren Weeks, or Linda. So they have my biggest respect, and all the other girls as well. So and I'm proud to be part of these girls. It's amazing, and I think, yes, we are competitors, but we should stay strong together as women.
You know, I came in knowing that I wasn't going to be shoulder to shoulder with Meg Jacoby. You know, there's some gaps, and I still had to run my own race. I can't sprint out the gate with those girls. It's not worth it. I've learned over the years that I just have to start a little slower, but I was hanging in, and yeah, I mean, the competition, you can't slow down. You can't take a water break and expect them not to pull away. So in a way, yes. I turned 50, I just turned 50 in October. So my trip to Chicago was my 50th birthday present, and I think this is kind of an extension of that. But I absolutely think that you can continue to perform at a high level as you get older. You just have to keep at it. I mean, I think that's the most important thing. Back years ago, I was racing cycling, and I did the Mount Washington hill climb. And there was a woman who would win it every year. Her name was Marty Shea, and she was 50-something years old. And I was like, how does she do it, you know? And I'm like, it can be done.
Let's get ready, ladies and gentlemen, after this exciting race in the women's elite here, the second major of the year. It is now time for our boys.
Of course, it will be the first opportunity to race with Hunter. He has been the reference in this sport since the beginning. So obviously racing with him is like a dream.
Yeah, I think the sport is physical, but it's equally mental for sure, because yeah, quite a few races I've quit some races when things haven't been going well, and yeah, it'll haunt you for months and months. And so yeah, you just got to remember that maybe someone's strengths, you know, not your weakness, or not your weakness, but someone's slightly better at a station, and you might see them leave the station. You just got to keep your head and stay calm for sure, and don't give up, and just keep fighting, because they could actually, you know, go into the, you know, balls to the wall on it, and they could gas up, and you just don't know at the end of the day. But it's harder said than done for sure, especially like if someone starts to lap you or something like that. It's so hard, especially on like a 4 or 5 lap venue. That can mess up your head for sure.
Here they go, everybody out there on the screen. Brace yourselves, take your seats, put the seat belts on. It is time for the men's elite race here at the second major of the season in Stockholm. Need to absolutely push the limit, there is no doubt. I mean, you need to risk something now. It's still a very, very close race that we're seeing right now. And our #1 athlete in the lead is out on that final run kilometer, making his way towards the final workout station, the make it or break it wall balls here on the way to a potential world record. Vika and I, we're coming down to the final wall ball. Is it going to be a world record or not? Here he comes, Hunter. 100! Was a good day for setting records, but did you expect that?
52 is the goal this season, but you know, as I still say, this is beer drinking season for me. I strongly believe in a good off season, spending time with family. Like, I was just home for Thanksgiving. I went and I spent time with my crew in London. We're drinking beer, we're having fun. We take the season serious later, but we did a test before we came out here and we got exactly 53 in the test, so it played out here today.
I worked a lot on my runs. I used to do like triathlons during my swimming career, and I have a bit. I'm not like a super realist swimmer, you know. I always could like run from my university times and everything. But I mean the average times are not like pretty accurate because you have to like pick the same courses and then take the average, you know, and that's not. I don't think I'm like 4 minutes slower than Hunter on the run.
I'm now 42. But in my head, I'm like 20 years. I like the competing. I'm not. I don't say me. Okay, I'm 42, so maybe it's difficult. It's more difficult for me. No. I'm 42, but I have good shape. When I saw Hunter, when I saw the men front of me, I say, okay, I just have to be better to win or to be closer than them. But yes, it's a good motivation for me. It's good motivation to see the men is growing. So I say, okay, maybe I have to work more to be like them, to follow them, sometimes to win.
Absolutely amazing that we see these athletes breaking their own records, overperforming their own standards week after week. And today, we saw 2 world records in the women's pro and the men's pro and in these elite races. This shows that also these athletes are now training more specifically for the sport of HYROX. And that's the game changer. We will see new talents, new athletes, new people that don't even know that this is their sport yet. And that's the beauty about it, you know. We will see so many people showing up that might be perfect for this, just like Hunter was when we started 6 years ago and he picked it up.
HYROX is a big inspiration for all people out there because it's a fitness racing for everybody. Everyone can try it, and this is something I find so cool, that there are people who are, I don't know, age group 60, 70, or some people who never compete before, and they go out there and they do their best, and after the race everyone is so proud, and I love this feeling. I love this finish line feeling when everybody is just, wow, I did it.
It's easy to see just the elite race and see the times and see the world records, but also I think it's important to see the big part on the side also, with all the others categories and all the fun you can have with it.
Thinking in arriving to 90 years old. I am only 83. We want to arrive to the world championship in Nice, I think. No? We are fighting for that.
HYROX, it's like a beautiful discovery for me. I do since 2 years ago. I think it's changed my life because it changed a lot of things. It changed a lot the mind, the challenge. It changed a lot of, I don't know, since I do, a lot of friends of me now do it. I think HYROX changed my life.